Croeso. Good evening. It's fantastic to be able to speak to you tonight from this extraordinary establishment, which I'm ashamed to say I have not visited before, and particularly so as I'm chairman of Mountview Drama School. It's wonderful to be in such a beautiful space. As well as the other credentials that have been mentioned, I should also tell you that I made the mistake of marrying a Welshman, Clive Jones, who was disguising himself at the time as a Londoner. And so despite the fact that all my family live in Cornwall, we've ended up with a home in West Wales. And amongst the other things that I have been doing since I left the Royal Shakespeare Company, I've been spending a great deal of time thinking about how I can make a contribution and also encourage others to consider how their involvement and their actions can make the world a better place. Clive is probably beginning to feel quite anxious now because for most of this week I have been seen wandering up and down the high tide mark in Tenby, picking up small pieces of brightly coloured plastic that are on the beach, brought in by the exceptional weather that we've been having recently. And as I was walking along the shoreline, I picked up a tiny plastic warrior man, complete with his own tiny plastic shield and tiny plastic spear. And what I wanted to talk about tonight crystallized in my mind as the vital importance of ecosystems and fellowship. The term ecosystem in relation to the cultural and creative industries in the UK was first termed by the Warwick Commission on the future of cultural value, which was called Enriching Britain's Culture, Creativity and Growth. For those of you who have not heard the latest figure, the creative sector contributes over £250 billion to the UK economy each year, and its health and incredible growth is something for the UK as a whole to be immensely proud of and take care of. I was chairman of that commission, and I was determined that it would illustrate the interrelationship between the individual parts of the cultural landscape and how the ecosystem in which they function directly relates to their success, and how, in turn, their growth relates to the benefit of the economy. It remains the most widely reported commission on the subject. The term fellowship is promoted by the RSA through its 29,000 members. Its mission to address the most pressing social changes by harnessing people's creative ideas and collective actions. Its fellowship is the largest in its history, and its impact is amplified through the fellowship and partnerships with other organisations and businesses that share our passion in exploring the RSA model of democratic change. The RSA's ability to convene and promote public debate has recently led to policy proposals on work and self-employment and basic income. And we're currently in the middle of a huge exploration in the measurement and improvement of cultural education. Fellowship and ecosystems. I don't know how many of you saw the poppies when they visited Cardiff in August and September of 2017, or Carnarvon in October, November of the same year. The poppies sculpture, Weeping Window, is one of two sculptures from the Tower of London, now on a UK-wide tour from 2015 to 2018, produced by 1418 Now. 1418 Now is a funny organisation, marginally hampered by the fact that by the time it finishes at the end of this year, people will only just have worked out what our name really means. But it's the official government programme for the commissioning of artworks in all art forms to commemorate the First World War from 2014 to 2018, and hence its name.